Hello and welcome here to TalkFCB and welcome back to the channel this evening, guys. The Champions League is here and Barça have just about beaten Porto, and it really was marginal tonight. We really were hanging on at times. There is no other way of saying that. But in the end, Ferran's the hero. It is shark time right here. He has scored the winner there just before half-time in the first half. But I think today we've got to talk about two different things. We're going to talk about the heroes of this game, and there were a few on the side of Barça, but we're also going to be talking about how much can we celebrate this win? You know, how do we actually rate this win over Porto? It's a big one in terms of the points, but it is all coming up today. Full analysis on the way. We're just about done it. Now let's do it. Because in terms of the starting lineup, guys, it is safe to say there that Xavi didn't really surprise us in terms of his selection. Of course, we wondered mainly about the centre-backs. Would it be two of them in terms of Araujo, Koundé and Christensen? Or would Xavi actually play all three? In the end, it was Christensen who dropped to the bench, Araujo returning to the starting lineup alongside Koundé. It was Romeo in midfield alongside Gundogan and Gavi, João Felix, Lewandowski and Lamine Yamal starting in the Champions League. And I do have to say, guys, that lineup there, obviously on paper, it is one of our strongest teams, but I think really in the early stages of the game, Oriol Romeo, he was struggling in that midfield. I think especially early on in the first half there, Porto were really putting pressure on him. And I think in a game like this, you know, big Champions League game, especially away from home, the last thing you want to do there is start giving the ball away in dangerous areas, inviting pressure on you. And that is kind of what happened. We gave Porto there a foothold in the game early on. The pressure was mounting, the fans inside the stadium, the atmosphere was bouncing, and it did seem as though this was going to be, and it proved to be, a really, really tricky game. And it got even more difficult for us, didn't it, there in the first half? Lewandowski injured and had to be taken off, and it's another injury for Barca. There was a heavy tackle on him there, really big contact. There was a lot of strapping as well that was applied to his shin. He tried to carry on in the game. He was not able to continue, and he hobbled off there after 33 minutes of play. And I can't believe it, guys. Every single year, around this time of the year, big competitions, big games, lots of them, Barca plagued with injuries. It's another one there that's going to be on the sidelines. Right now, we're finding out exactly how serious that's going to be for Lewandowski, but it was a big, big blow to lose him and early on in the game. But it was Ferran Torres coming on in his place, and he made a big impact. There is no getting around that again. He came on in the last game against Sevilla, had a big impact on the game, a big impact on the winning goal, and this time he got it all by himself. But to be fair, Gundogan was so key in this goal, because obviously it's a big mistake from Porto, and that really was the big opening that we needed. Porto to actually hand us the initiative there. Gundogan's so quick to latch onto that mistake there. You look at the way that he takes it on, and also he waits for the perfect opportunity. He doesn't just get that ball there in space and play it on to Ferran. He waits and waits and waits until the space appears and just threads it through to him. Wonderful play there, experienced play from Ilkay Gundogan. Ferran takes a really good first touch, but then he's in this position. And how many times in recent games, guys, has Ferran been in these kinds of areas? Big chance, but he hasn't made it. He hasn't managed to get the goal that he's wanted. This time, when it really mattered, he does stick it away. And it's a wonderful finish there. Just slots it underneath the goalkeeper. Super calm, super composed. And there you go. The shark has risen to the occasion. And it was really crucial timing too. Just before half-time, Barca hadn't been playing well. And to be honest, we didn't for the whole game. But that goal was key. That was a big, big moment there. And it may be a big moment in our Champions League campaign. Ferran the man to deliver it. However, guys, before we go any further into the match and into this video, we have to talk about the referee from tonight's game. I've got to talk about it now. Anthony Taylor, he was a disgrace tonight. In his performance, it was shambolic. And as soon as we had there the English referee, I was thinking all the controversy right now that's going on in the Premier League, all the controversy with VAR, and here we are with Anthony Taylor in tonight's game. He gave out tonight, I would say, around 50 million yellow cards. And I just think personally, guys, if you're a referee and you have to book a player every single time that a foul is made, it means you have no control. It means there that you are not able to impose yourself on a game of football as a referee. If the only power and authority priority that you have is with your cards, you are simply not a good referee. And that is Anthony Taylor in a nutshell. Gavi, of course, was sent off late in the second half there. Every Barca player, like I say, pretty much was booked on the night. And I'm not even saying this from a biased point of view, because I think Porto will go away from this game feeling pretty hard done by tonight. In the first half there, I think we were all very, very concerned about the Koundé one. On Taremi, there was a tug of the shirt. There was contact there inside the box. I thought VAR may have given that one as a penalty. I was surprised they didn't. Maybe we got away with one. And even in the second half there, Porto were actually given a penalty for the handball on Cancelo. He was absolutely mystified at that. But as you can see, there was a handball in the build-up. That was spotted by VAR. Anthony Taylor actually went across to the monitor and he actually saw it and made a good decision. But overall, he was a nightmare. But I would just like to say tonight, guys, looking at the performance of Barca, the individuals out there, I thought João Felix, he was booed all night. He was whistled all night long by the Porto fans. But actually, I thought he had a great game for us. I really, really did. I thought he was by far and away our most dangerous player. He was the one looking lively, especially in the first half there, getting shots away on goal, putting a bit of pressure on Porto. That's what we needed to do. And I was surprised, I've got to say, when he was subbed off by Xavi on 69 minutes, quite early on there in the game, really. And I thought maybe that caused a bit of a negative mindset going into the final stages of the game. They're taking off our biggest threat. Maybe then we just sat back that bit more, didn't really set our sights on a second goal. And then it was all about the defensive side of our team. And that's where the real heroes come in now for Barca. Incredible tackle, wasn't there, for Jules Koundé. What a tackle this is right here. Pepe through on goal. Looks like such a dangerous situation. Looks almost certain that the Porto are going to score and level it up. Koundé appears from nowhere. He gets back in. He's so quick, isn't he? So athletic. And what a perfectly timed tackle that is. Saving the day, just as he did, remember, in the final stages against Sevilla. And just seconds after that, Porto piling the pressure on. It's Araujo's turn. The two centre-backs there getting back into really key positions, saving us. And we were living dangerously, though, guys. Let's make no mistake about that here. We were really on the edge in this game. Porto were so close to scoring. And the biggest hero of all, and I think this says it all, Ter Stegen. Save after save after save that he made tonight. And I actually think not only about the saves, but I think it was his composure. Whenever there was crosses coming in, whenever there was danger around the penalty area, he looked so calm, he looked so confident there, and that is what we need. When our backs are against the wall, as it was tonight, we need our goalkeeper there, ready to stand up and be counted, to be the leader, and that is exactly what Ter Stegen was tonight, guys. He is a big reason why we are leaving this game with all 3 points. But how much can we celebrate this win, like I say? What does it mean for us tonight? Because I've got to say, coming into this game, guys, I was hoping for a statement. I was hoping we were going to go away here in a tough game. Porto are a really good team, great atmosphere, like I say. We had to go there and show that we could do it, that we could compete again away on the European stage. And I've got to be honest, we didn't really do that. I don't think we proved anything really tonight in terms of what we can do in this competition, in terms of how far we can go. We didn't really make that statement that I was hoping for, and that has to come, but it's still a big win. I know the performance tonight wasn't good, and I know there is a lot of holes in the team, maybe you'd say, things that we need to improve upon, the defence that was breached over and over again. Those are all things that we still have to improve on, but looking at the table here, we're in control now. And we've got to remember, that's the first step in the Champions League. You can sort things out as the season goes on, you can improve and hit your peak later on, but the first thing you've got to do, get the points on the board. The first thing you've got to do is get out of your group. That is what we're setting our sights on, and we're on our way right now. This is a really big win here, the most difficult game that we should face in the group, and we've won it tonight. And of course, guys, I'm really interested to know what your thoughts are. That is certainly what I'm looking for down below. You know, looking at the game tonight, looking at the win, the matchup that it was, Barca against Porto. Are you happy? Are you satisfied with the win? Do you think the performance wasn't good? You know, was bad, was terrible? Let me know down below, in all honesty there, what you made of it and what you're expecting now from this team moving forward, hopefully, in this competition. And of course, we're going to be talking lots more about the aftermath of this game and looking ahead, of course, to the big one at the weekend for Barca, just before now, the international break. Thank you indeed, though, for joining me tonight, guys. I will be seeing you very soon. We've got the win, we've got the 3 points, but it was tough going. But until next time, as always, Visca, el Barça.